Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and in this video we'll talk about how can we work with objects in DataWeave. So there are four topics. Okay, let's cover them. So first is the filter object function. Now in arrays we have filter, and in objects we have filter object. Okay, so here's the syntax. Like, we'll pass an object in this, then a lambda function, and it will return a resultant object. Okay, let's see an example. So here is the input, here is our script, and you can see that payload filter object value key index. It takes in three parameters: value, key, and index. And here key is equals to age, but it returns an empty object. So what happens here? So let's see. So there is an interesting take here. So whenever we talk about the keys, these keys, when we talk about, so the type of these keys, it's not like string, boolean, date. There is a separate type called key. Okay, so when we are comparing like key is equals to age, that means that we are also comparing the type. Okay, so here you can see that key is equals to string, we are comparing this. So that doesn't mean, okay, although the name is right, it's age. Okay, it should have returned 34 age, 34 for us, but since the type of this age is key, this key, it's not string, so that's why it returns. So there are like three alternatives for it. First is that we can typecast key as a string, and we can write this as our syntax. We can typecast this age as key. Okay, so either way we can use the typecasting, and we can convert it into the into one another. But one thing that is used mostly is this similar operator, similar to operator, that uses this tilde sign and the equal sign. This tilde sign you can find above the tab button on your keyboard. Okay, so this will like compare it for us. Now, given there is an exercise for us. Given the following object, remove all key value pairs with secret related keys and false values. Okay, so like, of course we'll have to use the filter object. Okay, now how will we use it? So first of all, there are some things that we don't need. So first of all, I'll just say that, okay, the key similar to we'll not use key as, we'll use key as a string, because we have to use a function of string. So we'll say contains secret. Okay, so you can see it will return us all the elements that have secret in their key. Now if I'll just add this not ahead of it, it will return us all the values that doesn't contain secret. Now we'll also have to remove the ones with the values false, so we have to remove this as well. So how can we do that? So we can do that using the or operator. Excuse me. So I'm saying that if the key contains secret, or let's just have this in the parentheses, and I'm just gonna say or value, like this value is false. So you see it returned us name and last name. Okay, let's go to next topic, that is map object. Okay, so map function is similar to the map function in arrays. Okay, map object function, sorry. So map object function in object is quite similar to the map function in arrays. Now let's see the syntax. So we'll use map object, we'll take in an object, we'll have a lambda function, and yeah, it will return an object in return. So let's see an example. So this is an array. Okay, and we are saying payload map object value key index, and it would use this method upper method. What it will do is it will transform the key of every element into uppercase. So you can see it is transformed into uppercase. So basically, again, for transformation in arrays we'll use map, and in object we'll use map object. So here is an exercise for us. It says that let's combine what we just learned with what we have also learned about arrays to transform all objects in the following array. So their keys are lowercase and their values are uppercase. So for each and every element, each and every object in this array, we have to transform the key into lowercase, and we have to transform the value into uppercase. So first of all, since the payload is an array, we'll have to use the map method. So map method, let's remove the index, we don't need it. Okay, and then so you can see the item is this. Now for item, since the item is object, we'll use map map object. Okay, let's again remove the index and yeah. So let's run this as well. So here what we'll do is we'll use lower to get the keys in lowercase, and we'll use upper to get the values in uppercase. Yeah, so you can see task completed. Let's go to next, that is pluck. Now what pluck does is it will transform an object into an array. Okay, so let's see an example of this. So first the syntax, the pluck, it will take an object, it will have value, key, index, like everything. It will have t, and it will return an array t. Now what is this t? Let's understand this by an example. Okay, now here what we have done is we have used payload pluck vk index, and we have used this logic t. Now based on this logic, it will have an array, a resultant array. Okay, now what is happening is it will go here for each and every element. Okay, it will say like what is the logic. I'll say that whatever key is here, okay, use that key and use that. So for each and every element in this object, it will create an element in array. Okay, now this pluck function is commonly used in conjunction with group by. Okay, so how this is used in conjunction with group by, that will you understand by exercise. So here it is. So what is happening is we'll have we have multiple orders, you can see, and multiple order line items. So there was an order that was placed by Josh with order ID 1. Okay, he ordered shoes as well as socks. So you can see the order ID and customer is same, but the line ID is different. So in his order he ordered two items, that one was shoes and second was socks. Similarly, Mariano in the order ID 2, he ordered two items, that was shirt and a jacket. Now what we have to do is, let's see the output. So you can see we have to create an array of array that will have like, the outer array will have all the orders and the inner array will have the based on the order. So you can see that for order 1 we have this array that contains all the objects about the first order. The second array will have the orders about the second order. Okay, now how can we do that? So we are given this group by already, we have given with this group by. Now what it does is we'll have, based on the order ID, we'll have these orders. Okay, so the order 1 had this whole value. Okay, now how can we transform this into an array of array? So remember we talked how it is working. So for each and every element it will create in an object. So this is an element in an object. Now this will have an entry in an array. Okay, similarly if you can see that, okay, I want this complete thing as first element of array. Okay, I want this complete thing. So what I'll do is, for me this is the first value, this is the first value, and this is the second value. So what I'll do is, for me the t, the body of that lambda function, is just simply this value. Group by function already did the logic for inner array. So we'll just write pluck in this case order, value. So just pluck, yeah. So I'll just write value. Yeah, there you go. One another way we can also do this simply, we can just write the dollar notation that we studied in the functions part of the video. Okay, so you can see again we have got our resultant array. Okay, next is update. Now the update operator, we don't have a syntax. Let's see this with an example. Now how does update works? So suppose we have to update this age. Okay, what is the syntax? We'll write case. Okay, we'll write a name. This is simply just a name, you can write anything here, at dot age, like whatever key you are using, you'll write it with using the dot operator, and you'll have this for the function, and you'll write the logic. So remember that we declared current age here. Okay, so this will store our value, like 56 will be here, and it says that update this by adding 1 to it. Now we are updating this dot status. Now since status is not available, okay, we'll use this exclamation mark to say that, okay, this is a new field added to our object. So you can see the resultant array. Now let's jump straight to our exercise. Okay, so it says update the user data below. Username should be all lowercase and the street should be Fiskardgarten. Okay, let's make the changes. We'll use the update. So we'll have case where I'll just write username at dot username, and it should be lowercase, so I'm just going to say username. Okay, so you can see it has already transformed it into a lowercase. Now one more thing we have to do is we have to say case street at. So how can we get to street? We'll have to get to location and then address first. So I'll just write location dot address dot street, and so it's simply this value. I'll just paste it, and yeah, there we go. So that is all for working with objects in DataWeaves. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one.